Welcome, everybody. I am, of course, your host, JBTM, with a special guest this evening, Mr. RICHYFIGS. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you doing? There we go. Sorry about that.
I'm doing great, sir. Doing great. So we meant to do this last week. For those who did not keep up, I did suffer a loss in the family, of course, on my end. So that's why we had to postpone the show. And that's why we're doing it this Saturday instead of last week. I know we tried to keep up a schedule, do one show a month. But hey, the main thing is we're here. It's all that matters.
Right.
So Richie, do you want to tell the audience a little about yourself? Like what do you collect, or what is your channel usually about?
Yeah. What's up, guys? I am RICHYFIGS. Been on YouTube now, I want to say like 2.5 years. As far as in toys, I have another channel. I've done YouTube as a whole for over 10 years, for sure. But as far as the toy community, I've been in for about 2.5 years. Channel primarily focuses right now on Street Fighters, mainly between Jada and Storm Arena. But I do other things. The channel is a little bit of a miscellaneous. While it does seem like the 95% of it is probably Street Fighter stuff, there are some other things on there. If I catch Marvel Legends, that's pretty hot. Or NECA. McFarlane's very far and in between, but there is, I think, one or two on there. But yeah. And then that's it. Yeah, we just do toy news, toy reviews, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
Oh, for sure. I do enjoy your content, man. You do a really great job. A lot more professional production compared to my content. If you watch some of my videos, they're not exactly the best. It's like I take a at home camera and just record what I want to.
No, man. The fact that you're even saying that is too generous, because mine is literally just the picture and me talking and it going through a slideshow. So I don't know that I would call that professional, but hey, I'll take it. I don't think yours are bad at all. I think it's an authenticity. I think you cut yourself short. And people that are worried about like the glamour stuff, I mean, look at mine. I don't even have a green screen that's covering everything right now. My setup is not in a collection room. So that's why I got the green screen. So I don't have like everybody, like that's one thing in the toy community is everybody's set up. They got their collection right behind them. I am not in that at the moment. So
you'll get it. You'll get it. I know when you collect a lot of stuff, especially, Street Fighter related. Do you
I have it. Oh, believe me, I have a collection to do that probably for 5 shelves, but my setup is not, my recording station and my thing is not in the collection room, which there's just no room for it. So
that makes sense for sure. I mean, as you say, I got kind of a little bit of display. There's more stuff on the top shelf, but I'm not going to tilt my camera up because it's a mess up there.
No,
it's all clean down here, so
of course. Right.
But one of the questions were the things we were supposed to talk about. We know, Richie, there are a lot of toy lines out there today. I was wondering, what are the particular ones that we collect? And I know you said you do Jada and, of course, Storm Collectibles and Storm Arena. Is there any other toy lines out there that pique your interest that you like to collect besides those main ones?
There's a lot out there that piques my interest. Marvel Legends, I definitely slowed down on. This has been a bad year for Marvel Legends, at least for me, just because I mainly focus on like the big boys of like Spider-Man and X-Men, which they haven't done a super ton with at the moment. But sounds like the second half of the year might have some more stuff for me. I love that Lizard figure that came out. That's probably mainly one of the only ones I've gotten this year from Marvel Legends. McFarlane, they are losing DC, so there will be basically nothing outside of their NBA figures that they're doing that I see that would keep me anything with them. DC, their new Mattel stuff for their kids stuff, their Bane that they showed off for just a kid's Bane looks like one of the best Banes in the 1/12 scale at the moment. And that's just the kids one. I can't wait till they get the other one. What else is there? I'm trying to think. Fist Toys has me interested in their Hobo Ken that they're doing for Street Fighter 6. 52 toys can suck it. Who else? Is there anything else? I'm thinking. Oh, NECA, but I only dabble in the horror stuff, so you won't see me getting Ninja Turtles or anything like that. That's not for me. Just their horror stuff, and then there'll be one-offs like Mezco has a Leatherface that I want, but that'll be far and in between that I ever get it. And then Mezco, I think, had a Green Goblin that was really good that I didn't end up getting. Now that I want, of course, it's buku bucks. That's just how it goes, though. But yeah, that's my stuff right now that I'm looking at.
Well, that's a lot of great stuff, man, to collect. I know me. I mean, everybody can see I got a few Marvel Legends, Jada toys. I've been dabbling in some blockies as well. You know, the Transformer stuff that they do, the little model kits. I've been getting those. And then some other one-offs like NECA figures. I got some Mafex or Mayfex, whichever one everybody wants to pronounce it. And also, of course, got some Chronicles over here. Got a couple reviews up already that I'm dabbling in. And I did order me from Mattel the Batman and Joker from the Kids Core line, those two figures. So expect reviews of those to happen. Maybe I'll probably have one next week, a review up if nothing don't happen. This is my sidekick right here, my little dog.
Oh, nice. Cutie.
She's a fighter. She's very feisty at times. You say hello to the audience. Say hello. Well,
I do dabble in Hammond collection too. I'm a Jurassic Park guy, but only for Lost World original, and that's it. So anything they do with that.
Oh yeah. So the other thing we're supposed to discuss about is when it comes to experience. I know, like you said, Jada and Storm is your more basic thing you collect. What is your experience and feelings on the product? You know, currently as it is now, for like when it started up to now.
I mean, Jada really has just improved with every figure. I think anybody that reviews those figures would, say that. Storm is just great from the get-go. Other than their QC, I mean, which has been pretty well documented. Other than the figures themselves, though, I don't know that either company has really missed on a figure. It's just different. I think there's a misunderstanding between the goal and what the two companies are, because Jada is designed for the general collector, big box retail, available at Walmart, I guess Target. I haven't seen them back at Target yet, but they're made for that general collector, where Storm is not. They're like, hey, if you're really into Street Fighter, you can collect us, but we're not making as many as Jada, and we don't care if you don't get it. They do one restock and people act like, oh yeah, they're big on no. That was a rare thing. I don't think they do it again because they have a production that's not for the masses. It's for really just a one-time thing, and then it's gone. Kind of like LPZZ or InArt. Once it's gone, it's gone. Usually.
For sure, man. It would be nice if Storm was able to mass distribute like Jada does with their figures, because the numbers would be a lot more if a lot of other people are able to get their hands. Because there are a lot of people who like to do in-stock purchase, like to get stuff in store rather than order online. And it would be a good business deal for Storm and like Jada does to put product in stores, not just online. But I get it. They have their deal with Big Bad Toy Store and such, so they can't really distribute that much stuff, in person, unless it's like a convention or a con that we've been seeing them do recently.
Yeah, I think once upon a time they had a deal with Toys R Us, and they sold things there, but we all saw what kind of happened with that. And then I don't know. Some people have said they've seen them at GameStop, but I've never seen that, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Some companies want to be that, but I don't know that Storm wants to be that. There's a difference between the company outlook on do they want to do that? Because for them, it's more stress. It's more this, more that, where they might just be happy where they're at.
For sure.
But nobody knows because you can't talk to them. So
They are hard to reach. I'd say probably, I think if we pick who's the hardest one to reach, I'd probably say Storm's the more difficult to get in touch with compared to Jada, I would say. In terms like you're trying to get in touch with one like customer service or something. I don't know. Have you had a bad experience with either company, Richie?
I've dealt with Jada. They've sent me out replacement stuff, and at least you can talk to somebody. Like they might not get everything there's one time where I think I had like I forget the situation, but they didn't end up sending me out something new because I didn't buy it through like an official but it's like it's still your product, even though I didn't buy it from Target or something like that. It's still your product, like regardless where I bought it. But like I get it, like you can't tell, there's no proof of purchase that it was like bought new and stuff like that, so I can understand that. But Storm, I have sent countless emails, and I've had and I think the only one that works there is Andrew, which is their owner. He's responded once, and then I responded to what he said after that, and then MIA. So, I mean, I don't think Storm even has a customer service. You're really just going to have to deal with whoever you bought it from if you buy it from a retailer.
Yeah, it's like I said, the one thing that sucks when a line is an exclusive to a certain place, especially at BBTS, because we know when they sell out, people like to overcharge them, like charge $20, $30, like double or triple the price of what originally they cost, just to make money. I get it. This hobby, people have to make money, but it is scummy at times when you buy a $30 Ken figure and you're going to charge $70 to $80, almost $100 for it, especially the regular release, the main release one that came out with the red gi, and you're going to charge like that much for it. But I get it. People like to make their money through this hobby. I understand that. Most of us collectors, we like to sell what we collect as well because, times can be tough, but it's just part of it.
I mean, so I look at it a little bit different. I mean, if you're buying multiples on the fact that you're planning on selling it, then that's different. But it's like, if I bought Ken, I always buy two just because, I don't know, I would like that peace of mind where, like White Short Sagat, I bought two because should anything ever happen to that one, whether it gets loose or something snaps off, Lord knows they're not going to fix it. So I just want to have one as a peace of mind because I like that figure that much. But if I ever ended up selling it, it's not like I'm going to just do my research, right? It's like you bought the Charizard back in 97. You're not going to still sell it for the $100 that it was going for back then. You're going to adjust it to where the price is now. So it sucks, but this is not even anything new. There were people waiting in line in Toys R Us's for Tickle Me Elmos and reselling those back in the day in the early 90s and stuff like that. So this people need to quit acting like this is some new, that scalpers is a new thing. It's been around and will always be around as long as people want to try and make money through something that they can.
Oh, for sure. And of course, everybody knows what I have collection, like I said, like Richie with Jada, and of course, Marvel Legends. When I started collecting, it was always Marvel Legends, and then it was wrestling, but I don't really have much of a wrestling shelf anymore. Kind of gave up that collection because it was just getting to be too much. Stuff was getting overpriced, and I just couldn't do it. So I really had to cut back on what I collect. And so I'm still dabbling in Marvel Legends here and there, and I'm trying to catch up with Jada because I am behind on the Street Fighter roster. I got to catch up with that.
Who are you missing?
Huh?
Who are you missing?
I'm missing DJ, Dawson, Blanca, Vega. And then I got a buddy who's getting me E Honda and Belrog. So I'm missing those guys. I got to get them sometime, another whenever I have the time to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Oh, thank you, cool guy. She is a nice dog when she wants to be. But yeah, I'm cutting back on a lot of toy lines, especially Marvel Legends, because they're getting up now in price like $30, kind of getting the price of Jada Toys is now and Storm. So it's getting kind of impossible to buy what you want these days. So you have to be very picky and choosy what you want. And there are a lot of collectors who are quit collecting. I've seen a few of them comment say they're done collecting because of the prices. But but as we talked about before, there are many of them who, hold on a second. My wife came in. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
She came in. Sorry, everyone. But with the Marvel Legends, even retail getting up to $30, it's like I have to cut back on what I collect. So, still trying to catch up on Jada Toys, and I'm getting in the Mattel DC, and then of course I'm now doing Chronicles, which it won't be long until those go up to the $30 price tag, I'm sure. So, it's just a lot of dabble here and there for me.
Right.
But I am happy with what I collect at the end of the day, and that's the main thing when it comes to this hobby.
Yeah. I've sold off a lot of stuff. I've definitely downgraded a lot of my collection.
Yeah.
I do collect wrestling too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good wrestling product coming out. It's just there's so many wrestling figures that are exactly the same, especially of the same wrestler, and it's just getting to be too much. I mean, if you want to limit yourself, I know there are some people who collect Ultimate Editions, like just collect those alone. I mean, those are really nice to collect. I know they've got a Goldberg coming out in the summer, and he's going to have the articulation like the Jada Toys and the Chronicles figures do, where there's no like waist cut. It's a full like movement at the lower ab section. So they're adding that to their Ultimate Editions.
Nice. And yeah, I sold off my old Goldberg because I know that other one's coming off.
And that is going to be a good one to get for sure. But Richie, is there any excitement, which is one of our main discussions? Is there any excitement for upcoming releases you are looking forward to?
I mean, Zangief. They just announced him. I'm excited for him. I think he looks really good. He turned out good. And I think any of the Sagats that come out for Storm Arena, I'm all about. I'm interested to see how that one turns out. But that's what I mean, I've said it before. I think 2026 has really lacked like that banger figure that's like really been like super hyped. There's this one company, I don't know the name of it, but they're doing an Omni-Man that looked really good. That's been sold out everywhere. I forget the name of it, but the Akuma, I guess, from Storm Arena, I'm excited for. It's another D character, but I don't know. There's nothing that's like blowing my socks off at the moment.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like I mentioned in one of your chats, you know, companies are kind of just waiting until San Diego Comic-Con over the summer to release the best stuff, and then we're probably going to get half of it till the beginning of next year.
Right.
And I do have to say, I thought it was funny when you messaged me personally and said, "Am I high?" Because I said Zangief coming out in August.
Oh yeah, you know what? I apologize. I really stepped in it on that one because I did not think. I don't know. Just I'm going off last year, right? Because they really took a step back on releases last year. They only released 3 new characters, so I really thought that they were just moving at a different pace. But this year, I really think that they took a little bit of what was supposed to release last year and just added it on to this year to make it like. Because I know June says no, but I do think they were trying to squeeze in Akuma by the end of 2024. But no, it's great. I mean, I'm definitely not rooting against Jada or anything. I just definitely thought that they were going to move a little bit slower. But I can still stand by my prediction that I think we don't see Alpha until 2027 for them.
Oh, I agree. We're not going to see Alpha until next year, especially with the Mega Man releases they have to do and Invincible that we're still waiting on. Jada, come on, give us Invincible.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there,
we're going crazy here because we've been waiting for those figures, and they're now outdated, unfortunately, because Oliver's already grown up now, like he's a teenager, so he's outdated. But you can't really say that Mark and Conquest are, because in the beginning of season 4, Mark was in his blue and black costume, and Conquest was still the same. So 2 out of 3, not bad.
Right.
But yeah, Jakob is right. It's been a bit so good year for Marvel Legends, and he's right. We will get some stuff revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. I bet Mattel is also holding back on releases as well, not revealing much, because they only revealed at the last convention was the Skeletor in the suit, and that was the last thing they revealed at the last convention they went to. But they'll definitely have some more stuff, especially for Chronicles and the DC line. The kids line, at least.
Apparently, that's where they're showing off their adult line. As far as for collectors, it's supposed to be at SDCC. Mattel, that's going to be their big thing there. And then Storm hasn't even been at the last 3 SDCCs, so I don't think they show. McFarlane will have a ton. I wonder if we see something more with Mortal Kombat, like Goro or Shao Kahn or something like that. Trying to think who else would really have like Marvel Legends. Dan Yu has already teased that we're back to Marvel vs. Capcom, so that should be coming up shortly. And I really want a new Sabretooth. I know they did that 2-pack one, but I want like a deluxe Sabretooth. So I'm hoping they did that through Marvel vs. Capcom and got like a big beefy Sabretooth.
Yeah. Like not too beefy, like big like the Hulk or anything, just like
like who would it be like? Kind of bigger than that Venom, that blue Venom for sure. I don't know. Who would I want it to be like? I don't know. Because they are over-exaggerated in Marvel vs. Capcom as far as their muscles and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what body they would use for him, but...
Let's see. Interested to see what the DC collectors DC line is like. Yeah, I am interested as well, cool guy. We all are. The collectors line is my buddy Brando Fig. He did his thoughts on what the collectors line could be like, and I kind of agree with him that what we see with the kids line is kind of what we get. Just add more articulation and maybe more accessories like alternate hands and a head sculpt, maybe. Like if they're based off their wrestling, it's just going to be more add articulation to the figures, like an ab crunch, a foot cut, foot movement, and then probably a bicep swivel and double jointed elbow at the most.
Have you seen that Bane that they're doing?
I saw the Bane. Yeah. There is a YouTuber named. Let me see. I can put this on the stage.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that thing. That thing looks dope, and that's the kids one.
Yeah, there is a gentleman named, his channel is called Battle Stories. He has already reviewed the Batman and Lizard 2-pack, the Batman and Clayface, and he also reviewed recently the Batman Hal Jordan versus Iceman 3-pack. And this is actually his next review that he's going to do is this 3-pack right here. So...
it's a 3-pack. So it's Nightwing, Batman. Oh, because I have this one too. This one's got what is it? This one's got Mr. Freeze and stuff on it too.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's the set, the 3-pack that he did just review like 2 days ago, but he is currently working on the Batman, Nightwing, and Bane 3-pack. And that's the one I want to get the most for sure.
I think that one's gonna sell out. That one's gonna be hard to find, to be honest. I think everybody likes that Bane. It looks very similar to was it Mafex or Mayfex that put out one, but it was a little undersized, so this one would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, what's really cool is it's like Killer Croc, it's all posable. There's no gimmicks to it. So it'll have full posability like a regular action figure, unlike Clayface, which I understand why he needs to have a gimmick because, changing his form. So he has a different head. He's got a hammer for an arm. So it makes sense why Clayface has gimmicks. But to see a fully posable Bane figure at a cheap price, yeah, you're right. That one is gonna sell for sure. Like that one will sell out, no doubt.
How much are the 3-packs? Do we know?
If I go by Target, judging by the 3-pack of Bane, Hal Jordan, Mr. Freeze, these are $43.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
So they're like $2 less compared to the Batmobile, which is $45. I think. So okay. I think the Batmobile might be 42. I think. Let's see. The only thing about stories he does do, yeah, he doesn't do any size comparisons. He mostly does like an analogy on what he reviews. So that's the one thing. But I think this Bane will probably be like will be like 7-inch scale because these figures are all 6-inch, but he could be like 7.5 to 8-inch scale.
Well, let's see the other picture again because it does have like a little side by side on what this. So are those 6-inch? The Batman?
Yeah,
And
they're
Nightwing?
the Batman and Nightwing are Marvel Legends scale. They're like 6.5.
So he's like 7.5, almost 8.
Yeah, so close to 8 inches tall. So that's a really proper scale right there for that Bane.
It looks great. That thing's killer. And that's just the kids one. Like, imagine the collector's edition one. You know it's going to be quick because if they already have this, then that means they just got to tweak a few things.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like they announced it when they were talking about these. They said that they're going to be aimed towards kids, but they're going to have sculpt, articulation, and accessories added to them to appease the collector as well, because they're thinking about both the collector and the kids. So I'm glad they're at least doing that. Like they're giving us collectors something to get our hands on for the time being until next year.
Are these for the kids, though? Are there kids playing with Batman toys?
My son is.
I guess. Yeah, I guess it depends on the influence that's around, but it's like if I had I only need one hand to show like how many times I've seen a kid pick up an action figure at Target or Walmart within the last couple of years.
Well, that's true. I mean, yeah, adults are picking these up, but really, I do think it's like we were talking about at the beginning with scalpers and everything. People should really leave some of these on the shelves for kids to get, especially the main, like the first series. Like those sold out quick in stores. Like people have been buying those off the shelves.
Yeah.
Where nobody's gotten a chance to get them. Because I remember before they officially came out, people were charging $30 or more for each. And I was not willing to pay that price for them. But
yeah, that's the thing. I haven't even seen these in stores.
So many people keep finding them in Targets. Like they've just been now showing Target, because I've heard that they are going to be at Targets at least this month, and then next month they'll start hitting Walmarts and other retailers.
Yeah, like this Joker for $12.99 is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the crazy thing is it's pinless. They're already better than McFarlane.
Yeah, and the sculpt is really nice too.
Yeah, that face is really good for the kids stuff. So we're in good hands with Mattel, I think.
If you want to share, we can share it on screen if you send it to me.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I can put it on our screen for us.
Yeah,
because we're to talk about. I was wanting to talk about this stuff with you today. So
let's see. I might have to. Let me see. I don't know if it's like. Yeah, it's. Hold on. This.
Oh, you're good. That's true. That is a good thing about Mattel is how they work their distribution. And even if adults do buy it, they're still going to overproduce these, so kids will get a chance to get it. So you're right, Jim. That's right.
Yeah. Let's see.
You're good, man. You're good.
These are saving.
It's all right.
But yeah, it's the reception has been crazy for these things from what I've seen everybody talk about. And then also that a lot of people have talked about the Master of the Universe figures as well.
Mm-hmm.
For their cheap cost.
These figures are great for sure. And they are available at pretty much every Walmart. Even mine had them. So they are really good. I mean, yeah, they're probably, I think they might be a dollar or two overpriced just because they don't come with a lot of accessories. But then again, this is based off the movie, so I understand why the figures don't come with much. But once we get the classic characters, the versions, I'm getting twisted. Once Chronicles gets out the classic iteration of the characters, I think we'll start seeing more accessories added with our figures. It's just for now they're focused on releasing movie figures for now, which they're not bad. I mean, I've did He-Man yesterday. I done Scareglow. I have yet to do Man-at-Arms just yet. But these figures are nice.
Yeah, they do look really good. I'm just not a He-Man guy. That was a little bit before my time, I think. By a
That
few
was
years, not by not by much, but a few
oh, believe
years.
me, I was not. It was before me as well, but I think it was the 200X, like 2002 cartoon I watched as a kid. I watched, and that sort of was my gateway to knowing what Master Universe was. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
I was a '90s kid, so
yeah, I was a '90s kid, but I don't know if I was watching. I don't know what channel was Master of the Universe on.
the 2000X cartoon played on Kids WB and Cartoon Network.
Okay,
Yeah, it was on those. It was on those channels, which channels like that we watch as kids. It's definitely not the same anymore like it used to be.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not the same. I don't even know the kids watch cartoons anymore. I think they just watch YouTube. I mean, there might be a
Yeah.
few far and in between.
So, are you gonna go see the Master Universe film, Richie?
Probably wait till streaming. I'm not gonna. I don't make it. It's not because I don't want to see it. It's just I don't make it out to the movies unless unless it's a must see for me. And Masters of the Universe is not in
Yeah.
there for me, unfortunately.
Oh, it's yeah. I just wanted to ask you. I was gonna message you too, but I'm like, no, let me ask him on the show and see if he wants, see if he will. But me and my wife, we went and watched it last night, and she, most of the time, it's very rare you ever hear her say she wants to watch it again. So when we got done, she said,
Mm.
I want to see it again. She's not a Master Universe fan, so I think the show kind of made her into a fan of it. So
Oh, that's cool. I've heard good things. Like I've heard people like it. I just haven't yeah,
it
I don't
is.
know. I just haven't got there yet with it.
It's really good, and it goes by pretty quick. Like especially the Earth scenes. Like I think the Earth stuff is maybe probably like 30 minutes of it, and then the
Hmm.
rest is all in Eternia. So it's not like the 80s Dolph Lundgren movie where they're on Earth 90% of the time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. But it is a really good, and Jared Leto is great as Skeletor. He is great.
Yeah, I've heard it definitely. I don't know. It's got mixed reviews. Like a lot of people like it, but there have been people that are definitely not like they. It's not what because the Skeletor they didn't do like his classic voice or anything like that. But
Yeah, because he didn't have the high pitched voice like the 80s cartoon, but I was
right,
fine with it. Like, I didn't have a problem with the voice because honestly, I wouldn't probably be able to really listen to that voice like if it was high pitched for almost 2 hours. So
right,
I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route. But it's very like Frank Langella or Langello Skeletor, very much like is Jared Leto's performance in that movie.
right.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it is a good watch.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I'll definitely check it out once it hits streaming. It just
I see
yeah,
here.
movie these days is like $50. But so the funny thing, I added another photo too because everybody was like, "Oh yes, McFarlane, they're at least done. So now we're done with Jokerized figures." And literally wave two, we have a Jokerized Batman. So I don't think that
Yeah.
Jokerized thing is going anywhere.
Well, I'm glad they're at least playing the smart route and doing faceplates for the other figures. Like they're being smart and not just making multiple figures of Joker eyes, but they're doing like faceplates for your other figures instead.
Right.
So I kind of like that idea. So it's not a bad idea, and I do. And like I said, I like the accessories that each figure comes with. They come with enough to warrant the price,
Mm-hmm.
and it definitely adds fun to it. But the faceplates are kind of they make the head bigger because it's a mask, but
Right.
it's a pretty smart way to, yeah, we have to get another Joker eye. We have to get a Jokerized Batman, but we at least get some faceplates to Jokerize our other figures if we want to.
Yeah.
And then this Joker man is just amazing.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
He does. He
And it's a
looks
and it's a kids line.
yeah, that face looks pretty dark, like pretty real, like doesn't look like he's holding a super cartoony weapon, but the face looks like he's from like the dark DC multiverse. Like it's not like a cartoon Joker. It's like it's probably one of the best, like, not gonna lie, it's one of the best like Joker faces we have. Like I would argue there's one outside it. There's like maybe two that I can think of that McFarlane's done that's close, but this is right up there with it, to be honest.
Which one of the two you're thinking of?
I like the one that McFarlane did where he like cut off his face and then re-sewed it on, and they did a version of that. And then I like the comedian, like the 3 Jokers wave. Those Jokers were pretty good.
With the hat and his face is shadowed.
Yeah, there's that.
That's
one.
a good. They're the clown and the criminal. I have the clown and the criminal. I have those two. I had those two.
Joker. That one's fire too.
Yeah, but the comedian was the most expensive Joker to get.
They're re-releasing it, right. I think they're doing I think he's getting a re-release in the little vault thing that they're doing.
Wife talking to me. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. These figures do look nice. I like the one add-on they did with the Batman and Robin where you can display their gadgets behind them. Like it's got a wall that you can hook up their gadgets to, which is really nice to add. And you can connect them together too. So if you want to stand them up together, you can like make a little display, especially if you have the Batcave diorama set. Alpha, what's going on, man? Yeah, what's Richie doing in here? But anyway, what was so the main discussion we were talking about tonight, Richie? I guess we'll go on to that. Should scaling in today's toy collecting, should scaling really matter when it comes to collecting action figures and toys?
I think it should personally. I mean, to each their own. Like, it just really is. I mean, it depends on the collector, because I'll use, like, I think I mentioned it in that M. Bison Storm collectible. Like, I want my M. Bison to be a big boss. So when I think of boss, I think of there's a reason why he's a boss. There's a reason why he is, feared by all. How he got to his position of power. Like when you think of a boss, you think of Kingpin. He's huge. You think of Shao Kahn. He's 8 foot tall. You think of all these other like there's a few that are exceptions to the rule, but most cases the boss is usually a bigger than life character. And for me, M. Bison, the way that he's portrayed in earlier versions of the game, I think he gets a little bit bigger and beefier throughout the games from what I've seen. But like Ultra Street Fighter 2, like they didn't make him super tall or anything. But yeah, I like that one for like being like, I actually use that Storm Collectibles one in my arena stuff. So, but yeah, I think it matters because nobody there's a reason why, like if you were to take Kane from wrestling and made him the same size as Rey Mysterio, there's a reason why Kane is feared by everybody when he had the mask on and everything, because he's a 7-foot monster. There's a reason why they call Giant the Giant. He's huge. So it's like, I think that an accurate portrayal of their body size and scale is definitely something that is probably up there with articulation and paint, and yeah, it's up there in the top. It's part of the big 3, I think, as far as collectors wants.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of collectors too who say they don't care about scaling, that they want to like keep their display separate. I understand that. You want to keep some people like to keep their things organized. We like to keep Mayfexes, figure arts, Marvel Legends and such, and I get that. But I'm on the same boat as you. I prefer if figures do scale together, because sometimes I like to mix and match, especially if I want to do photography. Like, let's say I want to do Batman against Captain America. Well, if I like use a McFarlane figure and I put it next to the Game Burst Captain America, I have to do some trickery and some editing in order to make Batman scale with Captain America. When with this new Mattel kids line that we were talking about, I could just put Batman right next to Captain America, no problem. And I won't have to do no editing or nothing except lighting and detail on the shot itself. So I rather do that than anything. But it's to each own. Everybody has a different opinion when it comes to scaling. They like sometimes if their stuff doesn't scale, and sometimes they like it if it does.
Right. Well, and it also depends on like what you're trying to do too, because there's definitely different scale of collecting. Like as far as scale, like there's like Hot Toys is it's a scale of its own, and like McFarlane, I feel like is also on its scale of its own, because I don't know really like who else does 7-inch figures other than maybe Storm. Storm Collectibles, that is. I feel like theirs is like around a 7-inch scale.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, their Storm Collectibles. Really, they should have. Could you imagine if they went with the scale of Storm Arena, but put that much detail and accessories in, like everything they put with Storm Collectibles, but they shrunk it down to the scale of Storm Arena?
Well, the funny thing about that is that Storm set out to be 1/12 from the get-go. Like if you look at the earlier boxes of Storm, they say 1/12 figure on them, but they just weren't. So, I mean, I think that was their initial goal the whole time. But they've clearly had issues in scaling. But if they did that, it would be the price that it is now of a current collectible. Like it wouldn't be 35 or 30. It would be, I mean, because it is smaller, less plastic, so maybe it wouldn't quite be in the triple digits, but it would be for sure close, like 70, 80.
Yeah. Alpha's right here. There's nothing worse than having a Robin taller than a Batman or Wolverine eye to eye with Cyclops. That's true. Alpha, are you referring to the Game vs. Wolverine? Come on now. That figure is great. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. NECA is 7-inch and Super 7.
Yeah, they are. They are 7-inch. Let's see. He
Diamond
says from the
Select,
stats he's read and Bison's. Yeah, Diamond M. Bison is 5 foot 11 inches from the stats he's read.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends.
I'm 5'11". I'm not scaring anybody, so that's why I want my M. Bison to be huge.
Let's see. Jim says, I think it's evident scale matters because look at everyone buying a DC Kids figure. We were talking about that. Yeah, that's true. All collectors are getting into the new DC line. So, but there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Do you feel like Mofex is a little underscaled? Because when I bought their Bane, it was small. Pretty small. Like height-wise, not but height-wise, that was a pretty small Bane. I was expecting him to be bigger.
They do underscale their product. They do. Because their Spider-Man should be at least another few centimeters taller than he is, but they do downscale their figures. Like, they try to keep them right there at the 6-inch mark, and they're getting very close to like SH Figure Art scale if they ain't careful. But they're mostly like they try to keep it at the exact 6-inch tall, which there was a DC line that came out a few years ago. Chat, help me out, remember, where they had their Batman come out and it was like a 6-inch exact figure. But I can't think of the name of the DC line that was. Yeah, proper scaling does matter. Zwirn is tall back then. If you compare their first ride to the newest ride in the collectibles line, there's quite a height difference. Yeah, there is quite a difference between the rides and the Storm is it collectibles? Yeah, collectibles line. There is quite a difference in not only terms of their height, but also in quality as well. Mayfetz goes by the older character stats, not modern. Okay. All right. I know that a lot of people have issues with Mayfex because they're kind of behind. They're releasing like older DC stuff like Black Adam and all this when the movie's already been out for 2 years. But I get it. They have to release that stuff first before they get on the new thing. But it seems like they're really behind. Fisheye and DC Con debut most is 6'8".
That's tall. 6'8" is tall.
Yeah, it is. When is he on Venom? We were thinking of like body proportions, like Venom's get like. Oh, I thought I had him back here. Apparently, don't. We were talking about like what proportions would Bane and others be on, and he was thinking of Venom. No, it was Sabretooth we were talking about. We were talking about Venom.
I would probably want him as big as that Bane right there. That was on that side by side with Batman. That's probably about the scale I'd want him, as far as how big and muscly I'd want him to be. As far as compared to like Spider-Man and stuff, I'd probably want him as big as that.
That's very close to a Nightfall Bane. Like that's pretty close to it.
I thought that was Nightfall Bane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It
looks exactly like him.
Yeah, you're right. It is Nightfall. It is Nightfall Bane. The Batman though is very Hush, like he's very much a Hush like Batman though.
Yeah,
with the blue and gray and the yellow belt, like that's very Hush film. Most of their Batmans they've been doing had the yellow outline. This is the only Batman that doesn't have that, as far as I know, with the Rebirth like yellow outline. But I mean, so I know that we're getting in a few months. We're supposed to be getting Superman and Jon Stewart. I know one of the guys at Mattel did a picture of their desk, their office space. They're displaying. They showed the Jon Stewart figure, and I know that looks really good.
For Mattel.
Yeah, for Mattel. I wish I could find the image. Hold on. Let me see. I'll share it with you. Hold on a second. While I'm thinking about it. Hold on, chat. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find it. I thought I'd come prepared, but apparently not. Here, I sent it to you on Instagram. You could share it if you want to with everybody because we got time. We're just now chatting anyway. But yeah, what I really like about the Mr. Freeze 3-pack is you can take an ice cube to Hal Jordan and Batman's face and it makes it blue. Like makes them cold and then it wears off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what Battle Stories did is he took he says it takes like real cold water, but he took an ice cube to Batman's face when he did the analogy and it turned its face blue. And that's the cool thing about these two is in the bottom set is they're made to look like ice.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh yeah. And it's not available to order on Target, unfortunately, at least right now. Oh, Mattel DC. Bring back figures, less more legends and come at 20 on the Amazon. I
wouldn't bet on it.
No, I think that if the figures are pricing now at 13, I'd say they're gonna be the price point about like the Chronicles figures are at $27 is what you're gonna get. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think the days of $20 figures are long gone. You can tell your kids, back when gas used to be $1, you can also tell them figures used to be $20. I think that's donezo.
Yeah, unfortunately. We all miss those days of spending $10, $15, $20 for an action figure. Now we got to spend over $30.
You know who does really good that keeps it in that price range, but they're not, Jax. I love Jax because like their Simpsons line and like their Sonic and Mario stuff is pretty good for 15 or whatever it is.
I've got their movie Sonic, Shadow, and Knuckles and Tails figures from the movie. And those are like really posable action figures. And cheap too.
Yeah.
But those are really nice. There you go. I see the image now. It took a minute. There you go. So yeah, this is what he revealed, his little DC display, and that Jon Stewart looks amazing. And it's a good reuse because it's reusing the Flash body because Batman's body has all the detail and everything on it. But Flash is like a clean cut body with no texture or anything on it. So they're reusing that. And then Superman. The Robin's nice. Everybody's buying that Robin in the cycle just for the figure alone. Which isn't bad, but it's like if you're gonna spend the money, like $20 for a Robin and a Cycle, you might as well say I'm buying it for both, not just for the figure itself.
All right.
Because then it's kind of like I kind of spent my money, wasted part of my money on a vehicle I didn't want. But there'll be other Robins. Like, this is just like all these figures we've been revealed are just the start. Like, we're gonna get more looks. We're gonna get different attires, different sculpts. But I guarantee they're saving the better, like Batman's like very classic oval symbol look either until the end of the year in the kids line, or they're gonna bring it out in the collector line at the start. Because we're gonna get a Batman in the first go around.
For sure.
Let's see. This is a big level over Mattel's last DC figures. Those were not appealing. Yeah, I actually have. Yeah, you're right, Alpha. 6 years made a big difference. I actually have one Mattel DC figure for the occasion, and it's their old Kingdom Come Superman from one of their last few waves they did before they had to close up shop with DC and McFarlane. Here, I'll get myself a big screen here where everybody can see. I mean, it's not bad. The proportions aren't too bad at all. I mean, the legs are skinny. Like, the legs are very, very skinny. But everything else from, like, the waist up looks good. And they were pinless, too, before Hasbro even did pinless.
Yeah, that looks good. I mean, yeah, 6 years will do a lot for as far as anything in 6 years should advance a ton. So
let's see. Let me get my screen working. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only thing really Mattel, they were going pinless at the time before Marvel Legends did it, but they really could have done better. Like, they were still doing the single joint elbows. They didn't have like the better hand movement that we got with Marvel Legends now, like the hinges. You can only do a swivel with the hands. So,
yeah, but how much?
I think if they did keep the DC, this thing originally was, I think it was I think I paid 15 for it. 15.
All right.
I didn't pay the original price tag for it. I got it at a toy sale years ago.
Oh,
so I got it for like 15. But I mean, it's not a bad figure, but it's like the head sculpt's probably the one best thing. Like, the head sculpt's the best thing about it. For sure. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, Mattel has a lot of good things. Like we said, they're gonna be a lot of good stuff revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, hopefully. Hopefully so. I think that maybe Jada, I think they've gone dark, so they can actually reveal some good stuff to us then. Hopefully, maybe Wave 2 of Invincible, maybe. I don't know. What are your predictions, Richie?
Jada is gonna have a lot. They always go big. They're usually the belle of the ball for SDCC. They kind of keep all their I mean, that's pretty much their whole year as far as like major reveals and everything. So I'm expecting something, pretty big from them. You'll see a lot of different stuff too. I think they took on a new property, Hunter, something like that. And then, yeah, I know he kind of downscaled, like they were, maybe not going as hard with Street Fighter, but yeah, there'll be a lot of people, and there'll be a lot of Street Fighter stuff there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame June for wanting to be done with Street Fighter 2 so they can move on to different things and put their focus, into, like, they still have Alpha 3 that they have to get done. They still have Invincible they haven't released yet. Like, there is a lot that I would see why people would be frustrated about certain things not coming out on time or certain things not. Like, Street Fighter 2 should have been done late last year. Like, do you agree, Richie? It should have been done last year?
Yeah, but it just shows that it's the exception, not the rule when finishing a roster. Because we're talking to finish Alpha is a minimum of 27.
Yes.
So that would be, and you can see how exhausted he is from just doing the 17 character roster. To add 10 more figures is probably another 2 or 3 more years. You got to think of all the people you're going to lose, all the people that are going to lose patience. Like, to add a roster of 27 anybody that thinks that anybody, whether it's Storm or Jada, completes Alpha is just, I don't know. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot with completing the one roster, because now people think that's the expectation.
No, I don't see them completing Alpha. I think they'll do like Storm Collectibles usually does with their Street Fighter, where they just dabble and go to different variants of a character here and there, probably. Yes, Sakura would be nice to be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, Fred and Daphne. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing too. I think they're taking way too long on Scooby-Doo. Like,
they are, no doubt about it.
Let's get the main characters out. Like, it's taking too long to get the core 5, or is it 6? 5 or 6?
Yes. Yeah. The only other fighting game roster that I could see being completed is Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, they could do, if Jada had Mortal Kombat, they could finish Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 pretty easily, because that's not a big roster.
I think
if they did
I'd want to do Mortal Kombat now, only because we've seen how fast they can repaint things, right? And all the ninjas are just different colors. So they could probably get every ninja out, because it's just a simple repaint in probably a year and a half. And there's like 6 or 7 ninjas.
Mm-hmm. See, Alf even gets it. McFarlane's doing it too. He's pumping out the ninjas. Yeah, because they're easy to repaint and resell. It's like what me and Rich was talking about with the Player 2 Blanca, how it's easier to get a Player 2 repaint out than it is to get a new character out quickly. Which is kind of weird, because Entertainment Earth has Zangief up to release in July, while Big Bad has him for September. So
I feel better about September.
Yeah, September would be a better date. I was thinking, when I said August, I meant to say late August, early September is what I meant to put, but I put August instead. Like, oh, it's coming out in August. I wish.
That's about where I see it at.
Yeah, because that's where I predicted most of the stuff coming, and then we probably won't get Invincible till late September, early October at the most.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
I will say this. I'm glad they're at least finishing Street Fighter first before releasing Invincible, because that means after Zangief comes out, they can release whatever Player 2s they want, the head pack that we're supposed to get, supposedly, and then they can focus for the rest of the year onto Invincible like they want. And I think once they pump out these 3 figures first, once they get the ball rolling with that, I think we'll start seeing them pump out Invincible figures at a pretty good pace. If that is what June says is true, and that's going to be their main focus, moving forward after Street Fighter 2, at least. Let's see. I saw where the reminder of the roster leak: Jax, Kung Lao, Shang Tsung, Baraka and Smoke. Yeah, that was the leaks for that's supposed to be McFarlane's next Mortal Kombat figures to come out, are those characters. So he'll actually get the classic roster complete. Street Fighter, I think it was Mortal Kombat 2, I think, or Mortal Kombat 3.
Is Goro and Shao Kahn not in the classics roster?
I think they are. I have the collection, but I have to go back and look. I can't really. MK2, thank you, Alpha. MK2 is what they're actually being able to complete. So okay. McFarlane's completing a roster as well, so we can't just say Jada.
Yeah, that's true.
Shao Kahn and Kentaro should be. Yeah. They should. I'm just waiting for Shao Kahn, because I always liked that version of Shao Kahn. Mr. Daddy's expensive hobby starts a craze the way Street Fighter did, and multiple studios start putting out Invincible releases. Hopefully so. We'd all like to see Invincible start coming out and figures start releasing, for sure. Let's see this last one. McFarlane good with me figs, so I'm surprised he hasn't made them. Well, Mr. Richie, you got anything else you want to say before we close?
No, I appreciate you having me on. It was a good time, and hopefully we can do it again in the future.
You're welcome, sir. Absolutely welcome to have you on. As always, everybody, appreciate y'all's time being here, the comments. We always enjoy the interaction, and take your time hanging out with us for this hour. So hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Later.
Thank you, guys.